tadhana, luha ng kahapon natin ng ibaon, ipinang kalooban sa kalangitan isamo, hayaang maging tala at magsilbing gabay, liwanag na ito sa'yo'y papatnubay, sa dilim ng landas ng lawang kailangan, sipayo ng kalooban tanglawang liwanag, ningning ng pag-asa'y makakamtan, sa gitna ng unos tanglaw ay lubos, pananampalataya sandatang tangan, apoy ng pag-asa siyang tanglaw, apoy ng pag-asa siyang tanglaw. Hawak kamay, sama-samang maglalakbay, hindi bibitiw, kami ay iyong hawakan sa pagtutulungan, ang pag-ibig ay tunay, pagningasin ang apoy ng pakikipagkapwa, umaasang bighati ay matapos, masakit sa lahat, nawa ito ay maglaho, aming dalangin sana ay iyong linggin, aming hinaing sa'yo'y makarating, tanglawang patnubay sa bighating puso, tanglawang gabay sa naliligaw mundo, tayo may di man magkasundo, isang tahak ninatang layunin, at ang lamang nitong ating puso, kapayapaan muling matatanaw, kapayapaan muling matatanaw, sa dilim ng landas ng lawang kailangan, sipayo ng liwanag, ningning ng pag-asa'y makakamtan, sa gitna ng unos tanglaw ay lubos, pananampalataya sandatang tangan, apoy ng pag-asa siyang tanglaw, apoy ng pag-asa siyang tanglaw, ningning ng pag-asa siyang tanglaw.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sir Brian. And of course, good afternoon to all of our students, especially SOA students in watching our general orientation for the second semester, school year 2020 to 2021. So let me welcome again. I am Ma'am Abby, and with me in our program this afternoon is none other than Sir Brian. Sir Brian, hello. Sir?
Okay. So, wow. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon.
Okay, good
Hi, Ma'am
afternoon.
Abby. How are you?
Hello, Sir Brian. I'm doing fine. Actually, ang bilis ng panahon, no, sir, kasi before we know it, we're here at the beginning of the second semester. Parang fresh pa sa akin lahat, sir, na parang first semester pa lang tayo a few weeks ago and now we're here. Feels like it was just
Yeah.
yesterday when all of these things happened. Kayo, Sir Brian, kamusta naman?
Well, everything is good, Ma'am Abby, no? So, just like you, parang nagdaan lang yung buong semester, like the first semester. And we are now on our second semester. So, medyo, medyo stressful lang, di ba? I mean, everyone knows
Oo.
about it, di ba?
Yes.
Medyo stressful lang both sa side natin at sa side ng students because everyone is actually cramming, for the final requirements. And of course, we as teachers, we have to deliver, the services that we need to provide for our students. But anyway, after then, everything is good, di ba? I hope
Yes.
everyone is happy with the grades that they have received. Are you
True,
generous or
no?
were you generous with the grades that you give to our students, ma'am?
Actually, I feel like this is my personal philosophy or conviction, sir. When I was checking, nakita ko
Yes.
yung hirap ng mga students namin, nakita ko yung hirap at yung effort ng students natin sa paggagawa ng task, ng modules, especially mga ating correspondence at modified online. So parang labag sa loob ko
Yes,
magbigay ng
exactly.
mabababa, sir. Eh. Kaya yun, I told my students, yan na yung Christmas gift ko, yan na yung aking year-end gift, yan na yung
Yes.
aking paayuda. So I try to be generous. Kayo, sir?
Well, I did the same thing actually. So I give, grades, generously. So I make it sure na everyone who actually sent their outputs on time, and of course those who tried to send their outputs, even though medyo late yung iba, I gave them, the grade that they really deserve for this semester. So that's one thing, di ba? That's one thing that we are actually doing in the institution, in Tanglao, di ba? To give the students what they deserve, di ba? The services, the quality of education, and everything that we could actually provide for them, part of their learning experience, di ba?
Yes po. And correct, we also do remember yung academic easing ng ating mga students. And with that, we really maximize what
Yeah,
we call as compassionate and humane education. That's why yung iba,
agree.
kahit medyo late nag-pass, it's okay. We did not, hindi tayo
Yeah,
nagbagsak or hindi na tayo nag-deduct ng grade. In fact, we gave them provision. And until now, meron po tayong active pa
exactly.
rin po ang ating provision and ang ating grade consultation with our teachers. So, talagang we're extending everything we can to help our students ensure and continue their learning, no? So, kay ang ating mga
Exactly.
estudyante,
That's
kaya
one thing that I really.
kamusta?
Oo nga.
Yeah,
I'm
that's one
also
thing.
wondering, ano yung experiences ng mga students natin. Because one thing is for sure, di ba, sa ating mga professors and teachers, we really did our best to give them everything that reflects to their output, di ba? So, yung mga students kaya natin, kamusta kaya sila? I mean, you know, it's good thing for us to hear something from them, di ba? I'm
True. So,
actually watching,
students,
the FB live.
ako din. Nakita ko nga yung mga ano nila, yung mga comments. So, yun. Yung sa yes, nilalakasan po namin.
Yes.
We're working on the audio here. And kayo naman, students. So, as students, how are you? Nabitin ba kayo sa bakasyon? I think the answer is yes. But ano pa yung mga bagay na nilook forward nyo ngayong taon at ngayong second semester, no?
Ikaw, Ma'am Abby, sige. Habang nag-aantay tayo ng ano nila, ng messages nila or ng response nila sa FB Live natin, ikaw, what are you looking for this coming semester?
Well, actually, I'm looking forward for, being better this semester. Just last week, no, for the
Mm-mm.
knowledge na rin of our students, we also had faculty training development sessions. And isa yung natutunan ko na we should all, learn better and do better this semester. So I think what I look forward to is giving our students and ourselves a better experience next semester, no, sir? Ikaw, Sir Brian.
Wow. Well, I'm really looking forward, to learn more, this time. Kasi parang dito ko talaga na-realize na, I mean, after the previous semesters that we had, di ba? Dito ko talaga na-realize yung importance and yung capabilities natin to learn more using, online platforms. So I'm really looking forward to expand my horizon, when it comes to learning more about the topics that I'm going to discuss with my students, di ba? And of course, I'm also hoping that the students will be doing the same, di ba?
Yes, of course. So I think we're all set na, no? And marami dito, may nagsasabing
Yes.
sobrang bitin. May nagsasabi dito what they look forward is face-to-face. Well, we can also still hope and pray for that, no? Looking forward na maging
Yeah, I think everyone is looking
Professor.
forward for that.
Oo,
Oo.
face-to-face.
I think
Kasi tayo
everyone is
rin
looking forward
naman.
for that.
Mga mga paad sa mga block. Ayan. So I think everyone is now being hyped, no? So I think we can start na, sir, no? We can start our program kasi everyone is here, everything is
Sure.
set, no? So let us start the program na. Intro pa lang yon, guys. So there's more ahead and please stay tuned kasi especially sa students, may mga pag-games kami at mga pakulo. And of course, laging may prizes yan kami. Okay, so maybe we can start the program and proceed sa ating susunod na slide. So of course, it's best that we would always start the semester with asking for a prayer and asking God's blessing for each one of us. So I would like to ask everyone, especially dun sa live, now we would keep a moment of silence and just focus and to join me in uttering these words with sincerity and asking for blessings ating semester, no? So let's pray. God of love, you are with us in every transition and change. As we enter into this new semester with excitement and even some anxiety, we recall your deep compassion, presence, and abounding love. We thank you for the gifts, talents, and skills with which you have blessed us. We thank you for the experiences that have brought us to this moment. We thank you for the work of others that gives breadth and depth to our own work. Be with us as we move forward, rejoicing with you and supporting one another. We ask this in your holy name. Amen and amen. Okay, so I
Amen.
hope
Amen.
with that, no, bibigyan pa rin tayo syempre ng lakas ng Diyos para sa bagong taon. So, Happy New Year! Medyo late, pero still Happy New Year, Sir Par. Happy New Year as
Sorry,
well,
Ma'am Ad,
and
what's that again?
Happy New Year, Sir Par, and
Ayun, Happy New
Year,
Year, everyone!
Yes,
Sorry, I'm experiencing some technical problems. Okay.
yeah,
But anyway, Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, and sa lahat ng nanonood, Happy New Year din to our SOAS faculty who are joining with us. Happy New Year, and welcome to 2021,
Hello
no,
po.
sir, and welcome to the second semester.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
So, sir, ano bang meron sa araw natin? Ano ba yung program natin, sir? Ano ba yung what's in store for the students this afternoon, no?
Well, of course, we have so much thing to, to discuss with our students this afternoon, di ba? We have, some people who will actually be helping us to understand what will happen this, this semester. And, the things that we could actually do to help us, enhance our capabilities to learn more about this, about the things that we have. And I think I also believe that with the guidance of our with the people, in our institution, I know this will be better. So, ikaw ba, Ma'am Abby?
Yes, our program today, of course, is very hitik, no? Siksik, liglig, at umaapaw because our orientation today is basically it is aimed to provide all of our SOA students enough and sufficient information para naman pag start na ng kanilang academic um, program next week, hindi na sila malolost, okay? And tuloy-tuloy na sila. So today, our leaders will be speaking, no? For student leaders, administrative leaders will be speaking, and they will be giving some of the things that we students should remember. Kaya nga sabi ko sa students, please stay tuned kasi andito yung mga important na kailangan nating malaman. If I were you, if you're a student ngayon, get a notebook, get a pen, or have it in your phone. I-screenshot nyo na or i-take note nyo yung mga important para next week, we will all be in the same pace. Back to you, sir.
Yep. Okay. So, shall we start now, Ma'am Abby?
Yeah. The first bullet. Yes, let's start with the first
Okay.
bullet, which is go, Sir Brian.
Well, to formally start our program this afternoon, of course, let us hear something from um, one of the people who I think will actually be helping us, when it comes to or will be leading us in our way to achieving an experiential learning, using the online platform. And there's no other person who could actually do that, aside from our dean, di ba? So let us call in now our college dean, Sir Mark Anthony. Sir,
Yes, good afternoon. I'd
good
like to
afternoon
welcome.
po. Kamusta
Yes,
po?
thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. I'd like to welcome all of you for another year. That's 2021. We were able to surpass the challenges of 2020. Second, it's another welcome as we enter into the second semester, half of the year, the academic year. And I am sure sooner or later, we can go back. We can go back to our classroom. We can go back to how we do classes before. This afternoon, allow me to share with you three parts of my direction for the second semester. The first one is that it will deal with some logistical arrangements in delivering our classes, especially this second semester as we wanted to continue easing the learning process among our students. Second part will be a little bit of a reflection of how we can go and overcome other challenges for the second semester. And third, a little bit of also of a grain of a note as we continue to struggle for the next few months and few days of the term. Okay, so first thing, there are many changes that we would like to employ this second semester. The first one is that we will follow a three cycle modality of learning. In this cycle, I am hoping that it will help all of us, especially our students. It will help us in terms of coping up with the learning process because you will take fewer subjects and you will have more time and opportunity to absorb the learning process. Second, that I'd like to share with you is that we would like to harness and uh, strengthen the relationship of our faculty members with our students. In this way, we can immediately respond to specific needs, specific requirements from you. And third, I'd like to announce as well that we will be more creating opportunities, programs, and initiatives that will supplement, that will strengthen also our Alagang NTC or Alagang Tanglaw tagline. Okay, so that's the first part. And then as we move on with our struggles this second semester, allow me to tell you that we need to consider of other opportunities despite the crisis that we are all experiencing, that we are all situated in. Second, we try to come up with a better vision of how we should absorb our learning, how we should experience learning in such a way that it becomes more fruitful, it becomes more productive on our end. As I've always been telling, education must continue. There's no reason for us to stop, most especially at this time that we are already able to see some light at the end of the tunnel. And lastly, uh, how we can turn the struggles that we have this crisis this time of a crisis into something very productive. Okay, so with that, I'd like to leave you a very simple message that if you want to make the most out of the semester, then I think this is the good start for many of us. All right, so thank you, and other details shall be explained to you by our co-administrators, Hermie, Jodel, and Vanessa. Thank you, and I hope you will enjoy this second semester.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Dr.
Dean, and
Velasco.
thank you for that substantial and comprehensive talk. No, and we really do
Yes.
appreciate it. And I hope the students will also appreciate the efforts that your academic leaders are doing. No, Dean was right in saying that there will be a few changes in this semester with how we will be conducting courses in this semester, which will be later further explained by the different program heads. No, so that's why we will always ask you to stay with us until the end of the program, because this will help you students be enlightened kung ano bang setup natin next semester. Yes, modified online at correspondence pa rin, pero may mga iba tayong babaguhin. At sabi nga ni Dean, that is all to better enhance your experience sa next na semester, no? Kamusta tayo dyan, Sir
Yes.
Brian? Ano naman ang masasabi mo
Okay
sa
na.
message Dean?
Well, actually, I was also, inspired by his message, di ba? Kasi nga, syempre, everyone is actually caught in this situation, di ba? Prepared. So parang lahat ng programa na ginagawa natin, it's for the betterment naman ng ating mga estudyante. Yung learning experience nila with us, di ba, sa Tanglaw. And yun nga, of course, di ba, with the help of the smart minds, di ba, sa institute natin. I know that somehow this second semester will be something good, something very different, di ba, from the previous semesters that we had. Tama ba ako, Ma'am Abby?
Yes, there will definitely be changes, no? But again, huwag tayong mag-alala when we hear the word change, because it is all for our
Yes.
betterment, no? So let us actually proceed to the next
Actually.
part of our syempre papakilala na natin, Sir Brian, no, ang ating mga leaders and faculty. So Sir Brian, take the lead for the leaders.
Well, thank you, Ma'am Abby. So, everyone, let me introduce to you the Dean of the School of Arts, Science and Technology, Dr. Mark Anthony Blasco, of course. Yay! And then we also have here the program head for general education. We have here Professor Judel Roman. And then later on, we will be discussing some Professor Judel Roman, no? Most especially yung mga concern ng students natin.
Yes po.
And then we
Lahat
also
sila
have
actually.
here the program head. Yes. And then we also have here the program head for IT and library science natin, si Professor Herminio Lagunzad. Hi, sir. So, makausap
He
din
will
natin
also
sa
be
mamaya.
here with us
And then
later.
Yes, exactly. And then we also have here the program head for psychology, si Professor Vanessa Mangunay. So, kompleto na tayo, di ba? All set na ang ating leaders for the School of Arts, Science, and Technology. So, I know that somehow we will be
Yes.
guided, along the way, both teachers and faculty.
Correct. And just to add,
And
Sir
of course,
Par,
with our...
Si Ma'am Vanessa po ay bago. She's the newest member of the SOS academic team. So mga psychology majors, you will now know your new program head later. And she's really, really nice, no? Just a teaser lang
Yes.
tayo, Sir Par, about Ma'am Vanessa. Si Ma'am Vanessa, talagang very contagious ang kanyang positivity. She's just a ray of sunshine. Every time meron kaming mga meeting, and she has been presiding the meetings for some time now. And she's really just a ray of sunshine. Na parang when you hear her, when you see her energy, talagang automatic mapapangiti ka. So alam mo yon, perfect for psychology majors, no? Ikaw, Sir Par,
I
some
know.
impression about
I
Ma'am
know.
Van.
One thing that I have realized also with Vanessa is, same with you, she's full of positivity. Na parang feeling ko kapag naandun na siya sa, alam mo, kapag naandun na siya sa situation na mag-handle na siya ng mga students, na-adapt din ng mga students natin positivity that I would like them also to experience, di ba? So parang kahit gaano pa, alam mo yun, kahit gaano toxic yung ginagawa natin, most especially, this last few weeks of the first semester ng school year natin. Si Vanessa na andun to guide us, to help us. And I hope that somehow this will be experienced by, our psychology students. And of course, other students of the institution. So, mamaya makakausap natin si Ma'am Vanessa.
Correct. So may kilala na nila. Sige, so let's now proceed to the SOAS faculty, no?
Yes.
So here we have our roster of our magigiting at mahusay na SOAS faculty. Let's start with our PE teachers.
Ang
We have
popogi tsaka ang gaganda, di ba?
tas ang fit, no? Si Sir Avenir Fernando, si Sir Arwin Adina na nakikita kong nagpo-post na at naghihikayat na sa mga students, si Sir Erwin Albanyo, and we also have Ma'am Abby Almario, who is also an English teacher. Ito, si Ma'am Adith Alonte. Alam ko nag-trending to dahil sa kanyang mga PE tasks, and she's also one of the, di ba? At top 10 yan sa buong
Yes.
NTC.
Yes.
So mo yan, husay.
Top notchers, ma'am, sa top performing professors natin at teachers natin sa institution.
Correct. Of course,
because she's
we
always
have
finding ways to teach her students.
Yes, we really do find ways.
Sir
And of
Kappa.
course, we have Sir Kappa, our math teachers. And next po, yan si Sir Regine Dais. Isa pa yan na very generous kanyang mga psych students, especially in biology and in other biochemistry na psych subjects. Of course, ito Sir Brian, si Sir
Wow.
Daran. May calendar
Wow.
yan.
Yes, every student's favorite.
Yes,
Sir Leo
favorite yan sa
Daran.
Stocksay, correct. And of course, si Ma'am Dima.
Yes.
We call her Ma'am Dima or Ma'am Dima Kali, who also teaches English. And of course, Ma'am Duhenya, magaling
Yes.
din to,
Hi,
sir,
Ma'am
di
Dima
ba?
Kali.
And
Yes.
Hi,
One
Ma'am
of
Dima
the
Kali.
top performing professors natin. Hi, Ma'am
And ito,
Dugenya.
si Sir Magello of tennis, of course. Hi, Jello. And he also teaches Rizal and readings in Philippine history and other Soksay subjects together
Yes.
with Ma'am Rhoda Floranda. So hello po, colleagues. And
Hi,
we have
Ma'am.
here Ma'am Helen Golioso, who teaches Filipino. Sir Eric Brian Inocencio, who also teaches Soksay. Ma'am Aida. Of course, who does not love Ma'am Aida? And I know psych majors would agree
Everyone
with us,
loves Ma'am
no, Sir
Aida.
Brian? Correct, okay.
Yes, exactly.
Parang nanay natin yan eh,
And of course,
ng SOAS. And of course, ang aking
Yes,
partner
exactly.
and one of my good friends, Sir Par.
Dr.
Ang gwapo
Service.
natin dito, sir. Yon. And
fresh na fresh, di ba?
fresh
Payat
na
pa dyan.
fresh. Correct. Pre-quarantine kasi ito nakuha. And
Yes.
Ma'am Charmaine Retuya, who is also one of our good English teachers around. And of course, ito, sir, no, si Sir Rob at ang kanyang undying fervor and his love for students and teachers ay talaga namang napaka-heartwarming,
Exactly.
no? So hello, Sir Rob. You can follow him,
Exactly.
students, sa
Hello po, Sir
ating
Rob.
Facebook. Ito, we have also here Ma'am Josephine Samujo. Ito, sir,
Ma'am.
hanga talaga ako sa talino nitong psych teacher na to eh. Si Ma'am Samujo. And you also see her, nagto-talk din siya minsan sa ating guidance, no? And of course, si Sir Zelda.
Exactly.
Pag-usapang musika, let's go to Sir Zelda. Very talented din to,
Of
sir.
course. Si Sir
Brian,
Selden na talaga yan.
Yes, basta music,
Exactly.
Sir Zelda. Of course, we have our Gawad Haraya, the first ever Ma'am Michelle Season.
Yes.
No, hi, we call her Mommy
Kay Ma'am
kasi ano
Michelle.
rin siya, mother figure din namin siya. And another Michelle, which
Exactly.
is Ma'am Michelle Sigay, who's also part of the top 10 ng NTC. And I know psych students also love her.
Congratulations!
Yes. And of
Yes.
course,
I
Sir
think
Raymar
this shouldn't be
Ison.
confused with Ma'am Season and Ma'am Sigayo, no?
Opo, ang dami pa rin nalilito. Pero yun, Ma'am Michelle Season
Yes.
teaches Soc
Parehong
Sci,
caliber
General
teachers.
Ed. Ma'am Michelle Sigayo teaches Psych. And
Sir
Sir
Ison.
Raymar Ison also teaches Soc Sci, Social Sciences.
Yes.
Meron pa itong mga ano to, mga IT and LIS to, Sir Brian. Of course, si Sir
ILS natin.
Pineda Fernandez, Ma'am Julianne Cristal, Sir JC Escobanes, who also helps us in doing some of our pub bats, no? Sir Mark Cayabyab and Ma'am Rosette Nuera for our two strong library information science. So matatalino din to, sir. And hello
Wow.
sa ating IT LIS. And for our other teachers,
Hello
no,
po.
for our part-timers, we have Ma'am Christine Bautista for psychology, yours truly for English and literature, Ma'am Jara Dayag for also for psychology, Ma'am Rachel De Guzman, who's also one of the prominent PE teachers then, no, together with Sir Kentaro Duba. We also have Ma'am Frances Erica Esturas, who also teaches math,
Turas.
Sir Ivan Fabregas, who teaches English and literature, si Ma'am Shaila Galbuena sa Filipino, ito si Ma'am Limbo, sa one of also
Wow.
our good English teachers around. Si Sir Rog who also teaches some English subjects, and of course, siya ang ating head ng CPSO, also teaches with us sa
Yes,
SOAS.
exactly.
Ito si Ma'am Gab, Ma'am Gabrielle Ann Munar, one of our dekalidad na math teacher, no? And together with Hannah
Yes.
Grace Parambita, who also teaches English, Communication, and Filipino. Ito si James Privado, ang ating songer, ang ating isa pang singer natin,
Yes.
no? Si James.
The heartthrob of the
Singer
institution.
na heartthrob pa, yes. So, together with
Yes,
isa pang
exactly.
heartthrob, si Alvin Reyes. So,
Yes.
isa rin yun na magaling na math teacher. And of course, we have Ma'am Janine Ezra Sudario, who also teaches GE
Sudario.
subjects. Ma'am Laika Tenyoso also teaches Filipino and other subjects. At ito, sir, naalala niyo pa bang partner niyo, no, acquaintance? Si Sir
Ay, of
Marco
course.
Miraflores naman, di ba? Napaka-memorable nun eh. Pwede niyo pa yun i-replay, guys, kung nahanap niyo pa siya sa NTC, especially for the new students. Magkilala niyo si Sir
I think-
Marco. And Ma'am
Yes, si Ma'am Marco.
And Ma'am
I think it's
Agnes?
in the library of somewhere.
Yes,
you
in
know,
the
your
library
own,
sa NTC, correct. And
yes,
si Ma'am
sa NTC.
Agnes is also our college registrar. So yan, sila ay nagtuturo din ng part-time sa IT. So ayan, so if you listen to how we describe the faculty, we're very diverse, na iba-iba ang talent, lahat kami magaganda, lahat kami pogi. I mean, yun talaga yung nature ng SOAS.
Exactly.
You have to accept that. Okay? Just like our heads, no, na pogi at magaganda, ganun din syempre kami. And syempre kayo rin, students,
Yes.
okay? Kung galing kayo ng SOAS, then there's only a few things to describe you. Then that is SOAStig, okay? And SOAS lang malakas.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Hashtag
now-
SOAStig.
Correct.
Yes. SOAS lang sa kalam.
SOAS lang sa kalam. So dahil SOAS lang sa kalam, sir, ano tong nakikita kong start with a bang sa ating slide? Would you tell us, sir, ano tong nakikita natin sa ating slide deck today?
Well, I think when it comes to, to warm up, our interest when it comes to this program and to the things that we are going to discuss for this afternoon, we will be flashing some questions, diba? And then the students, of course, our viewers will be actually answering those questions, diba? And again, okay, just comment it on the live session of our orientation, diba? Sa FB Live natin. And then, there are some people who will be picking up, even I, who will be reading, your comments and your answers do sa FB Live natin. And of course, for every correct answers, they will be getting or they will be receiving NTC merchandise, of which everyone is actually very excited to receive. Tama ba ako, Ma'am Abby?
Yes, I think all students naman would want to have an NTC merchandise, no? Be it Kahit
Yes.
tumbler man yan, shirt, or hoodie, jacket, just the NTC
Jacket, the
merchandise. Ang sarap
jacket.
i-flex. I think yung jacket nakita
Yes,
kanina,
actually,
no?
ang
Intro.
sarap niya i-flex.
Yes, no?
Ah,
Can't
yes,
wait to have
oo, actually. Ang
Instagram
galing, ang
ko.
ganda, and then even including the mask, di ba? Which will actually be
Yes.
very useful for this situation, di ba? Like the
Correct.
mask, and the jacket for the weather, di ba? Parang hindi lang siya for styling, di ba? It's actually helpful sa atin. So I hope everyone
Yes.
will be giving their answers, for every questions
Yep.
that we have. It's very general, di ba? Walang dapat
Yeah.
kabahan, di ba?
Yes, it's very
There's no long
general
quotation
and
of mathematics dito.
correct. Isipin na may
Trivial.
math, wala dyan. Yes, very trivial lang, random. So yan, are you ready,
Yeah,
everyone?
exactly.
So, if
Are you
I
guys
were you,
ready? Ayun na.
handa nyo na ang kanyang mga kamay sa inyong mga keypad. And here we go. Question
Remember,
number 1.
pabilisan to, ha?
Pabilisan at kailangan tama.
Okay.
So let me read question number 1.
Yes.
Which is being celebrated and promoted by the UN or United Nations in 2021? Letter A, red economy, B, black economy, C, orange economy, or D, emerald economy. I'll read it again, and last na to. Which is being celebrated and promoted by the United Nations in 2021? A, red economy, B, black economy, C, orange economy, or D, emerald economy. Go!
Okay,
So,
go.
syempre, again, kailangan bona fide NTSIAN students tayo dito, ha? And let's see who will get the first answer. Please type in the letter as well.
Yes.
Okay? Sa letters po. Meron po kami mga
Wow, ayan
checker.
na.
So, akala niyo po may mga
Ayan na,
checker
oo
po
nga.
kami.
Ang dami. Wow. Uy, in fairness,
Let's-
ang daming tamang sagot. That's one thing that I'm really surprised. Ang daming tamang sagot.
Actually, Bea, nakakahiya naman kung di tayo teachers din natin alam. Tapos yung mga students, alam nila, no? Parang naghanda.
Wow.
Nagbasa
Ayan
ata
na.
ng encyclopedia.
Oo nga, parang feeling ko ng mga nagbasa ko ng nagbasa to ng Google
Pinaghandaan.
lately eh.
Correct.
Exactly, actually.
Ayan na.
Ayan.
Send tayo ng
Okay,
mga
so I
comments.
think, yes.
Yes. The answer
Ayan.
is...
So the correct answer is actually the orange economy. Ayan. So,
What is the orange
Actually,
economy,
this-
sir?
well, actually, orange economy, is actually being promoted by the UNESCO. So for the UNESCO, they call it orange future, di ba? So when it comes to orange future, it is actually focused on investing in new capabilities and attracting new things, including education, di ba? Kasi nga sa situation natin ngayon, we shouldn't be limited of opportunities, di ba? Kahit nasa loob ka ng bahay mo, dapat merong oportunidad para sa iyo sa lahat ng aspeto, sa lahat ng industriya.
Yes, that's correct, no? And if you would notice, yung ating orange economy, is focused on the economy of ideas, events, culture, gastronomy, wine, music, entertainment, cinema. So basically, focus on human talent. And related yan sa sinabi natin kanina na SOAS faculty are very, very talented. And we do not just want it to
Oo
stop
naman.
with us. We want it to continue sa inyo, SOAS students, no? Yung human talent. That's why in 2021, we will do 3 things. So first is sustain innovation. Tanglao will grow further
Yes.
as a creative hub of flexible learning teachers and
Flexible
learners. So we
learning
want the
teachers and
creativity, yes, to learn and to flow
Yes.
within us, no? Okay, next would be to nurture talent further. So meron tayong mga kailangan abangan daw, Sir Par, na humans of Tanglao and exciting online student events.
Yes.
So may mga students dyan, this is your time to shine. Kung baga last sem, no, Sir Brian, may nakita na tayong may mga ibang talented, yung mga nag-performs, acquaintance, sa talakayan at sa iba pang events. Patuloy
Yes.
natin gagawin yung mga ganyang talent showcase this semester. And third, we will
Exactly.
enhance wellness.
Exactly.
We will participate in exciting online activities that build a culture of creativity and innovation. Because of course, we care about one another's wellness. So in this time of crisis, it's very important that we keep one another's wellness. So we will also have online activities for that. Okay? So, yon.
Okay. So for the
Sir,
question
may
number one,
nanalo ba?
maybe we could actually, yes. Actually, ito ang nakakaloka dito. Si Sir Jeff ang nauna. So, disqualified.
Oh, yes. Nga
So,
pala si Sir
I
Jeff,
have to
no?
scroll down. Yes,
Mm-mm.
oo. I really have to review all the answers to scroll down again to see who really, answered first, among our students, Kasi grabe, di ba? Parang, alam mo yon. Siyempre, hindi lang naman teachers natin ang very informed dito, pati ng mga students natin. So, siguro ang winner for the first question is si Nika Villamor Gutierrez. Hello, Nika. Ayan. So, I don't
Yes,
know
so si
which
Nika Villamor. Yeah, we have
program.
verifiers naman. So we have more than one verifier kasi baka sabihin ng iba, baka kasi sa internet kaya we have more than one verifier to check if talagang siya yung nauna in all of
Yes.
our devices. So it's Ma'am Nika Villamor, and correct, inaano siya, Ma'am
Exactly.
Babes is agreeing, and some of our colleagues. Yan. Okay, so thank you.
Yep.
Um,
Ang
thank
tatalino
you,
nila, di ba?
Nika
Nagunahan
Villamor
yung teacher
Gutierrez.
yung professor.
Oo, so at least
Ayan.
maganda na andyan yung ating mga teachers, and kahit ni si Sir Beltran, no, who is also from
Oo nga.
more of from SOTE,
SOAS.
pero meron siyang SOAS load. So he's also here
Yes.
helping us and joining with us. So hello Sir Jeff at sa iba pang faculty na nasa
Yes.
comment section natin. Next question na
Sabi
daw.
daw
So
dito
are
ni
you ready?
Gerald. Oh, yeah.
Ano-
Sure.
ano yun?
Sige, let's go. Sabi dito
Okay.
ni Gerald, before we proceed to our second question, sana alls. Sana alls. Sabi niya. Well, actually,
Galingan sa
again,
next.
this is very trivial questions lang naman. So,
Correct.
I
It's
think
very trivial. So
question
yun. Ayan. Question
two.
number 2, let me be the one to read. Who celebrated his birthday last January 15? Again, January 15 po A. Liam Hemsworth. B. Martin Luther King Jr. Or C. Mark Antony of Rome. Again, who celebrated his birthday last January 15?
Yes.
A. Liam Hemsworth.
Last
B.
Friday.
Martin Luther King. Or C. Go. Yan, so may mga nasagot na
Okay.
agad. Ang bibilis talaga nitong
Ayan.
mga batang to. Nag-search talagang mga
Yes, actually.
bagets.
Oo, di ba? Parang, grabe. I'm not, hindi pa tapos yung question, masagot na sila. Upon flashing the question, andyan na agad.
Yeah, it's okay
Flashing
naman,
na agad
it's
yung
okay.
mga sagot. At tama yung mga sagot,
Upon-
no?
Correct.
Yes,
Upon flashing, you
actually.
can answer naman, guys. Okay?
Yes. Ayan.
Yes, so the correct
answer for that is,
is
of course, letter B.
Letter B.
Ayan. Si Sir Martin Luther King. Ayan.
Sige nga, Sir Par, ano yung sinabi niyang quote dito? Parang ang nakaka-inspire.
Yes. Sabi ito ni Sir Martin Luther King Jr. natin. Quote in quote, if you can fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Diba?
True, napaka-ano, no? It's also one of the talagang madami siyang na-contribute sa society. And
Exactly.
just like Martin Luther
Exactly.
King in 2021, we would also like to contribute, sirs and students, we would like to contribute to our society by doing these 3 things. Number 1 is to keep compassionate education at work. So just like Martin Luther King, no, who was also champion of compassion to everyone, we will also continue to
Yes.
do the same. We will give reasonable consideration and leniency will remain as priorities.
Yes.
So kung yung mga grades nyo last sem ay matataas, baka this semester ganun pa rin, or baka mas maitaas pa, especially for others, no? Because we will really do our best to consider,
Yes.
to give
Yes.
premium to your efforts, di ba, sir?
Exactly.
And-
That's one thing about the professors and teachers of Panglao. We are always giving so much consideration to our students. We are always considering every side of every aspect of their life. When it comes to grading them, and when it comes to this particular idea, I think leniency is not really a problem with us. Tama ba ka, Ma'am Abby?
Correct. That's right. And number two, we will also do continuous training of employees. We must make sure we are ready for the post-pandemic context. So kami rin po, mga teachers, be it admin staff or faculty, we're also being trained kahit we're just staying at home. We laging in touch yung mga heads at yung administration ng NTC with us na to all keep us in the same page so that hindi rin kami magkukulang pagdating sa pagbibigay ng serbisyo sa inyo. Okay, and lastly, sustain open lines of communication. Now, I think this is very important, Sir Park, sustaining open lines of communication,
Yes.
especially in a remote context like
Exactly.
this, no? It's very important that we keep
I
our
think in all
communication
aspects
lines.
of life.
Yeah, actually, parang gusto nating humugot dyan, sir. Ang hirap pag hindi open yung
Hugot ba yun?
communication. Hugot. Ginawang hugot.
Exactly.
Pero yeah, that's
When there
very
is-
true.
Yeah, when there is a disconnection when it comes to communication, parang kanina lang, di ba? I'm being disconnected, so I'm really having trouble connecting with you guys. So, and in all aspect, I think this is actually very applicable. And when it comes to education, di ba, we are also applying this one.
Correct. So dapat open
We are
line lagi
sustaining,
yung communication natin.
Yes.
We
To
need to
make
sustain
community,
yung
vibrant.
openness, transparency,
Exactly.
honesty, mga ganyang core
Transparency.
values. Kailangan natin yan,
Exactly.
yes. And, if we want to,
Imagine,
our students to practice integrity, I think we first as teachers and academic
Yes.
leaders should also practice it.
exactly. Imagine
Because that's
kahit
what
nasa
will
online
keep
na
us
tayo,
moving.
no? Yes. Imagine kahit nasa online na tayo, no? We're still communicating with our students, even with the programs that we are actually implementing. That's one good thing about our program heads and, the people of Acad Council. They're always considering the comments and the suggestions of our students. Kasi they are
Yes, it's
stakeholders. Tama ba ako?
Correct. Pati even mga parents, so yan yung nagugustuhan ko rin sa ating mga academic council, no?
Yeah.
Like they're with us.
Yeah.
Hello, Sir PJ. Hello, Doc Ed. Na nasa
Exactly.
natin ngayon. And
Hello
later we'll
po.
also hear from
Hello
Doc
po.
Ed. And what I like about
Yes.
them is that, isang message lang sa kanila, even as teachers, one message to any one of them, they will respond in just a few minutes or just hours, and they will not keep us waiting. Kaya talagang I think this is something we should also model to our students, that we don't keep them waiting and guessing. So, sino bang ating winners? Medyo tatagalan kami kasi meron po kaming little
The winner for this
discussion.
question?
Una. Ang gagaling kasi,
Yes.
sabay-sabay.
Ambit sa
So,
talino. So the winner for
I
this question is actually Miss Donna
Donna, yes, Conferrada.
Conferrada Valdez.
Yan. So
Valdez.
after,
So please kindly
Settle
communicate with
namin.
us.
and we keep
to
your
get
names
your
naman.
prizes.
We also keep your
Yes,
names.
exactly.
No? Let's move on to the next question. What's the next
The
question?
final question for this afternoon.
Yes.
Yan na.
And this is, handa na ulit ang mga fingertips. Question number 3. Which is
Yeah.
not a Pantone color for 2021? Which is not a Pantone color for 2021? Go.
Ayan na.
Kasi, wait, so habang nagantay tayo ng mga sagot nila, may nabasa akong comment. Sabi dito ni Vittorio,
Yes.
kasalanan mo to, PLDT. So, sinisi yung internet sa Pag di ako nanalo dito,
So hindi
Tatawa
nakakuha. May sisihan ng network.
yung sisihan ng pa-arbor daw ng mga merchandise.
Yes, actually. Kasi ang gaganda naman talaga ng merchandises natin, di ba?
Yes, okay. Meron na bang
Ayan.
nakakuha ng tama?
Okay.
Ang bibilis
So I hope
talaga.
for those who are casting their answers, please kindly use your name so we can actually verify it. Kasi may mga nakikita ko dito sumasagot pero pseudonym ang ginagamit nila eh. So I don't know how we are going to communicate with these people. But
Yes
anyway,
po.
sige.
So, okay na ba? I think we can reveal the correct answer. And the correct answer is letter D.
Letter D. Ayan.
Classic blue.
Wow.
So, ano bang naaalala mo dito, Sir Par, pag nakita ka ng color blue? Siyempre, yan yung
Actually,
color ng
ang mga-
school.
Yes. Ang unang-una ko talaga maaalala dyan talaga is the NTC. the Tanglao because we only have two colors, di ba? The blue and the white.
Yes, blue and
Tama ba
white,
ako?
no? Which is
I
very,
think may
very
yellow
nice.
pa tayo, no? But, yes. Pero dominant sa atin ng blue and white, actually. That's our, that's our color. Okay.
So with blue, sorry, ang dami aglet dispute dito sa kung sinong nauna kasi we're also
Oo
trying
nga
to figure
eh.
out kung sino. So just we will try to
Oo.
contact or message you or you message us na lang, especially if your friend mo ako or si Sir Brian to claim the prize,
Yes.
no? But we say
exactly.
na this color blue is related to who we are as NTC, not just because it's one of our colors, but we go more than the colors, but more of the branding. Because in 2021,
Yes.
NTC as a classic will, number one, assert its role as the National Teachers College. No? All caps yung
Ay,
the. As
syempre
in, pag
naman.
narinig mo yung NTC, there will only be one Tanglao because we will make its brand more known and distinct.
Exactly.
Okay? And
Exactly.
number two, we will also strengthen its democratic education mission. This is also our core value in our mission vision. We will reach out to more student groups. And again, walang iwanan, walang mapapabayaan. Okay, sama-sama tayo lahat sa Tanglao. And this is, again, one of the things I love about this school because it really embodies the no student left behind philosophy. And third, it will
Yes.
enhance the alagang and alagaan ng NTC culture. We want to build a more caring community that connects ambition and passion. Parang yun, sir, parang ating theme for the semester, no? Connecting ambition and
Yes.
passion. And parang yan yung gustong maiset sa atin
Yes.
ngayong 2021. Okay? So,
Yes, exactly. In every semester, we are actually conceptualizing another vision, no? Iba pa yun sa
yes.
institutional vision and mission natin, di ba?
Ang ganda nga,
So, I
every
think
sem, meron
target
tayong
talaga natin for a specific period. Yes. Meron
Okay,
tayong vision
so
and mission.
yes. So, wait
I
lang.
think
Final na ba
the
to,
winner
sir?
for
Or yung winner?
I think so. Yes. I
Okay.
think so.
May you announce it?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So the winner for the third question is actually si Mr. Carlos or Carlos Ledone. Mr. Carlos Ledone. So
Okay.
Carlos, I hope you could actually communicate with us. Make our communication open. Diba?
Correct, no?
So para makuha mo
we
yung mga prizes
congratulate
natin.
the three. So yung una nga natin ay si Nikki Gutierrez, that we have Donna Valdez and Carlos Ledone. Please contact us or your program heads for the prizes. Alam naman ng program heads yung mga nanalo, so they won't be surprised. Okay, so what's ahead?
Yes.
So ito na nga po, Sir Par, yung sinasabi natin na our program heads will be here to discuss with us different specifics for this semester. Okay, so let us start. So our first speaker, no, for this part will be our program head from General Education Faculty, which is personally Sir Brian, and my immediate head, who's also one of the best immediate heads that is there, no? Ang ating nag-iisang gwapong program head for GE, Sir Judel Roman. Sir Judel, hello po.
Hi, Sir Judel.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all our students. I'm really glad that you guys were very participative in our games. But now, ito na yung part na sinasabi ng ating mga moderators that please take down notes. Hopefully, you'll get to understand and really take note of itong mga importante. Okay, let's begin with talking about how the semester looks like. Okay, what we're going to do for this semester is we've adopted what we call the 3x3 model. Okay, so ang nakikita nyo dun sa screen ninyo ngayon are how the semester will roll out. We will have 3 cycles, each comprising of a 6-week model. Okay, so why did we do this? We want to bring out a sense of regularity all the way to the summer term. And this 3x3 model also states that by this time, we will be slowly phasing out the old curriculum. Okay, so wag naman masyado magpanic yung mga nasa old curriculum. Later on, I'll also be explaining ano po ang mangyayari dito sa old curriculum. Okay, so tinan nyo, cycle 1 will start now, okay? And it will end on the 22nd of February. So nandyan na yung paborito yung Hearts Day, okay? Cycle 2 will start on the 1st of March and will end on April 5, and cycle 3 will start on April 12 and will end on May 17, okay? So if you have some questions, you can start typing them down, but abangan nyo lang din yung iba pang mga details about this, okay? So bakit tayo din may 3 by 3 cycle? Now, the 3 by 3 model will also allow us a better mechanism in case limited face-to-face is allowed, okay? So we all know that pretty soon the vaccines will be rolled out, and if the government allows, the IATF guidelines allow us some sort of limited face-to-face, we will be maximizing I'm sorry, not maximizing, we will be limiting the amount of foot traffic inside the school, okay? So kung papansin niyo, if you look at your student portals, you will also see na meron niya mga rooms, okay? But as of the moment, those rooms will be changed or will be replaced by the Google Classroom. But in the event that we have face-to-face or limited face-to-face, those rooms will remain, okay? So for the time being, we will be focused on the modules and the terminal assessments, okay? Pretty soon, your Google Classrooms will be rolled out, your modules will be distributed, and I'll explain in a while how your modules have also been designed, okay? Now, the 3 by 3 model also provides you for better time and stress management kasi you'll only be taking a very few courses per cycle. So the question that immediately comes to mind really is, paano ko malalaman kung anong cycle ang enroll kong course? If you look at your portal, if you look at your reg form, makikita nyo doon yung inyong block. Okay? So the first part of the code dun sa inyong block, 1.1 BS Ed English, kunwari no, BS Ed Eng, BS Ed English, that is your year and your block. So your first year, block 1 first year. Ang ibig sabihin yan, block 1 first year BS Ed English in this example. And then you will see there yung CY1. So ibig sabihin, yung in-enroll yung subject na may CY1, that is cycle 1. Okay? And if you see a code na nakalagay CY2, yun ang for cycle 2. And then finally, if you see the words or the letters, hindi rin words, hindi rin letter, the alphanumeric character CY3, that means your class for that is in the 3rd cycle. Okay, so sana maliwanag. Look at your reg forms, look at your portals, makikita nyo dyan yung block codes nyo, and then makikita nyo rin kung anong cycle yung subject nyo. Alright? So, let me emphasize, you cannot change your modality, your chosen modality. If you did modified online or if you did correspondence, stick to that. Why? Because if you change the modality, yung resources are adversely affected if this were allowed. Paano ibig sabihin yan? Kunwari ikaw ay modified online and then you suddenly opted to change yung modality to correspondence, obviously yung printing ng module mo, yung distribution na nakaset na ay masisira. Okay, yung schedule na yun. So stick to your modality, please, students. Now, for correspondence students, you're entitled to your physical modules, ibig sabihin yung printed modules, and later on, I will also explain to you what the consultation day means. Okay, so take note, students, consultation days. Okay, modified online students would be entitled to the Google Classroom. You will have your synchronous sessions and again, access to identified consultation days. Okay, now note for the correspondence students, ito yung mga dates. Ito na yung time nyo to take screenshots. Ito na yung time nyo to take, what do you call this? Ito na yung time nyo to take careful note. Okay? Cycle 1 modules will be distributed on January the 25th and you will have to submit them on March 3. Okay, so you can either submit them uh, through email or physically sa campus. Okay, so cycle 2, January 25 for SOTE, January 26 for SOAS, January 27 for SOB. Okay? And cycle 2 will be on March 3 for, kumbaga, you will get your cycle 2 modules, and then you will submit your cycle 1 modules. For SOTE, it's March 3. For SOAS, it's March 1. And for SOB is March 2. And finally, cycle 3, you get your modules on cycle 3 for SOTE students April 6, SOAS students April 7, and SOB students on April 5. And you will submit that May 6, May 7, and May 8. So please take note of these dates. Take careful note. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nitong equivalencies, merging, and clustering? Equivalencies, ito yung mga subjects na nasa old curriculum, but we declared some equivalencies para doon sa mga subjects na yon. You can take the subjects in the new curriculum. You enroll in the subject ng old curriculum na kailangan mo, but you will be attending the subject in the new curriculum. Okay? What does merging mean? Merging means if, like, for example, merong isang subject ng critical thinking and information literacy, and then meron din isa pang subject, if they are the same, pwede pagsamahin, and the schedules are flexible, meaning as of the moment na meron tayong online, we call it high flex learning, the teacher will declare kung kailan yung sync meeting of those two merged classes. What's a cluster? Okay, a cluster is something which has shared outcomes. For example, I had students last semester who were clustered yung astronomy and meteorology. Kasi more or less there are some outcomes that are the same, okay? But then they have different modules and different terminal assessments, but almost the same outcomes. And again, for clustered subjects, for clustered courses, the schedules are flexible. So that's my part. Let me call on the next program head to explain what's going to happen for this semester. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Judel. Wow, di ba? So nakita natin for this semester, we conceptualize another model, di ba? And that is the 3x3 model, di ba? Which gives us an
Yes.
opportunity to maximize the program that we have, every opportunities that we have to learn, and to ease the outputs that we are actually that we are going to produce for this semester. Para hindi nga naman overloaded, di ba? And may option ang students. Imagine that, Ma'am Abby.
Yes, I really like the provision of NTC para hindi overloaded, and meron tayong cycle. So for questions, just type them in. I think the academic
Yes.
council members are answering them, especially may mga tanong na puro cycle 1 lang daw, puro cycle 2 or 3, that will
Yes.
be answered by the academic council. So let's proceed to how you will be assessed
Actually,
as learners. Let
before
yes, Sir
anything else,
Brian.
no, Ma'am Abby, I'm really amazed that the ACAD council members, especially our DPAA and Sir PG, si Sir PJ, are actually answering the queries of our students. So ang galing,
Correct.
no?
Nakatuwa. Pati si
I mean,
Ma'am
I'm
Kat
actually
Acopra. So,
reading
thank
all
you
their
po.
comments. Yes,
Yes,
pati
so
si
let's now
Kat,
proceed to
lahat,
our
everyone.
learner assessment, which will be tackled by our next program head. So, sino ba naman itong program head? So, we already had the program head of GE. So, let's now call on the next program head to discuss the learner assessment. So, is this po with Ma'am Vanessa or Sir Hermie?
It's me, Abby.
Okay. Hi, Ma'am Vanessa. Ito na nga po sinasabi namin sa
Ay, Ma'am
students.
Vanessa.
Meet your new
Hello.
program head. O, di ba? Nakaka-uplift
Sobrang
agad ng
cheery.
spirit.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yes. So, Ma'am Vanessa, please take the floor and please lead. Thank you po.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Vanessa. You can call me Vance or Van. I am the new program head for psychology. Thanks, Abby and Brian, dun sa script ninyo sa pambobola nyo sa akin earlier. All right. So, my part, I will discuss to you the learner assessment. Mr. Judel already explained to you guys the cycles, cycle 1, cycle 2, and cycle 3, which you can see in your portal. I saw some earlier also in the registration forms where, like for example, in psychology first year, the cycle 1 is purposive communication, modern math in the modern world, and critical thinking. So these are the first subjects that you will take for the first 6 weeks. So how are we going to assess this? It says here on the screen, if you can say, maximum of 3. So what is maximum of 3? Nothing more, nothing less. Smaller practice task will be kept to a minimum. So in short, in each period, you have only one task to submit. And then there are smaller tasks to be assigned by your teacher. But then what is important is one task in prelim, one task in midterm, and one task in finals. So in the whole SEM, in the whole cycle 1, you have only 3 tasks to submit. All right. So when it comes to the deadlines of modified online requirements, your teachers will going to announce it, the schedules. So you need to stay tuned on that, as well as for the deadlines of the correspondence requirements. Okay, we have already schedules shared by our shared in our faculties. So later on, they're gonna share it to you. All right. So for the cycle 1, 2, and 3, okay, so it says here, end of cycle submissions only for final assessments. We don't encourage our students to submit the task, the whole task, after the cycle 1. So we encourage you guys to submit the task after the prelims, after the midterms, and after the finals. So hindi bugkos yung pag-submit ninyo ng task. Okay, what will happen if the students will not be able to comply with the requirements? So nakikita nyo on the screen, IP grade still applies. Okay, and to know more about the IP guidelines, I will not discuss it to you today, but then I will encourage you to visit the NTC webpage. So it's all there in our sites, okay? And then viewing of grades, every cycles. Students, you have the opportunity to see your grades. So for cycle 1, as per the dates shared by the registrar, you can view your grades on March 8th. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so let's go to the learner support. So how are we going to see our teachers? How are we going to consult our teachers? For modified online students, it says here, content and assessment updates will be given during the sync sessions. So per week, you have 2 sync sessions. I'm talking about the modified onlines. Okay, and then for the correspondence students, per week, you have 1 consultation for your faculty or for your teachers. And please, dear students, no more 24 by 7 consultations. All right. So speak to your teachers, ask them what is the time they are available for the consultations. But just as much as possible, we don't want you guys to send them emails, send them messages, till midnight, 1 a.m. So please remember that your teachers deserves also to rest and enjoy their personal time too. Thank you. That's my part. Ivy and Bri.
Thank you, Ma'am
Thank you, Ma'am
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Wow.
Wow,
Oh, I
sabay
like
pa talaga
what Ma'am
tayo,
Vanessa have
sir.
discussed. Kaya nga.
Yes, me too.
Di ba? Ang galing
No,
lang, no,
very
yung learning assessment natin, no?
correct. And I would like also to just add, ma'am, hindi po kami nambobola kasi may mga nagkakita kong comments, Sir Brian. May nakita kong comments from site students
Actually,
na thank you, Ma'am Vanessa. Ang bilis daw mag-reply sa email.
yeah.
No? Pero of course,
Uy,
syempre, please do not
oo, in
email her
fairness.
or do not email any of the heads or us ng beyond the working time. Kasi si Ma'am Van, I mean, of course, personal life
Yes.
din siya. Mayroon din siyang family life. Same with us, no? Pero
Yes.
ang bilis daw mag-reply sa email si Ma'am. So, hindi po yan
Exactly.
galing sa amin, Ma'am
Oo
Van.
nga,
That's from the students. And
parang
sabi rin
madaling
ni Ma'am
araw daw
Michelle,
nagre-reply siya.
opo. Pero
But
babaguhin na natin
anyway,
daw yan
yeah,
ngayong semester.
exactly. Well, I think the teachers and the professors are open naman when it comes to their communications as long as that it is actually within the working hours, like 8 to 5, from Monday to Friday,
Yes.
or if you have classes during Saturdays, I think your professors could actually entertain your queries, di ba? So, sometimes we should be considerate as well. I mean, mga teachers natin, mga ano din yan. Kaya nga,
Correct.
di ba sabi nila, parang they thought, I mean, this is just a clarification, no? Parang most of the people kasi thought na parang, ay, nawala na sa mga professors and teachers yung responsibility of sharing their knowledge to the students. So parang, ano pa ba ginagawa nila? Actually po, mas madami ang ginagawa natin ngayon. Di ba? Kaya no
Correct,
more
correct.
24/7 consultation. Di ba?
Yes. We would appreciate that. Tapos para kayo rin students, no? After 5, pahinga na rin kayo. Pahinga na tayong lahat. Let's give time to ourselves. I always tell that to my
Rest your mind.
students. Give your time to yourself, to
Diba?
your
This is-
families, no?
Yes.
Yung
Rest
mga
your
may nag-comment
mind.
kanina, time with special someone. Sige, gawin nyo yan after 8 to 5, di ba?
Yes.
Sana all
Exactly.
daw, okay?
Ako, I just want to say thank you to Sir PJ Blando and Dr. Edison Fermin for answering all the queries of our students, including Ma'am Kat. Thank you so much for helping
Yes,
us
po.
out to clear something about the learner assessment that we have for this semester, di ba?
Yes. Also,
Actually,
thank
ang
you
ganda
rin
talaga
sa
ng
ibang
program.
faculty na sumasagot, kagaya nila Sir Alvin. Thank you po
Yes,
sa mga
yes.
sumasagot.
Yes, Sir Jeff,
It really helps.
di ba?
Kasi Sir Jeff, sila Ma'am Michelle, kasi ang dami
Actually.
talagang queries. But kita mo naman
Mm.
ang SOAS faculty talaga willing to help hanggat maaari,
Yes, exactly.
hanggat kaya.
Yes.
Okay, one thing I like about this is about the correspondence students. Kasi yun daw yung parang feedback last semester na parang yung correspondence students, medyo talo daw sila kasi wala daw consultation period. Well, that's one thing we're changing this time.
Aww.
Even correspondence students, mas makikilala na natin sila kasi meron na tayong consultation period with them.
Oo nga.
So, no?
Well, I mean,
And-
every program that we have for our students give them an opportunity to expand their learning, to expound their learning. Yun nga lang kasi, syempre, may gray side talaga yung bawat choices natin. So, yung ibang nag-choose ng, alam mo yon, ng correspondence learning, syempre, ang wala sila doon minsan is yung friendship, di ba? Yung bonding, di ba? With our
Yes.
people. Kasi, hindi sila kasama doon sa Google na tayo, di ba? So I hope this time, if you tried one particular modality and, medyo gusto mo magbago, di ba? You will be given a chance to do that for this semester. Yun nga lang, no more changing, di ba?
Yes,
Make
no
up
more
your
changing.
mind. No more changing, okay?
It also teaches us to be firm
Yes.
and to be consistent with our decisions and to commit, no? Nasimulan na natin, ayusin natin
Yes,
hanggang
exactly.
matapos natin ang
Oo.
semestre, okay? May
Oo.
nabasa pala ako, sir, just to lighten
Ako-
things up. Sabi ni Sir Reggie, yung iba
Sige,
daw, kahit
sige.
Sunday, na ikinakasalang teacher, nagsasend ng questions, dapat talaga may oras lang ang consultation. Totoo yan. Yan yung meme na parang,
Oo. Ay, grabe, ang daming trending na ganyan. Natatawa ako pag ganyan. I mean, I've seen that in Facebook, di ba? Isang teacher na lalaki, isang professor na lalaki, isang teacher na babae, di ba? Na parang during their wedding, di ba? The students were asking so many things. So parang, alam mo yun, wala naman siguro kinakasal madalas ng, alam mo yun, ng weekdays, di ba? Madalas
Correct.
naman
So,
nakasal
parang
natin is weekends.
weekends. So,
So-
tama muna, no?
Yes.
So, yun.
Ganun
Yun nga. Yung iba daw,
ka-dedicated. And of course, kasi, yes.
2 a.m. or 3 a.m. may
Sometimes kasi
nagme-message
sa sobrang
daw.
Oo. Ay, nako. I attest to that. I attest
Okay,
to
so
that.
let's proceed.
Ayan.
Thank you sa iyong mga comments. Keep them coming. Let's now proceed to the
Yes.
last part, which will be learner support. So dahil dalawa na po ang nag-talk na program head, that leaves us to the one. And of course, this is at the last but definitely not the least, ang isa pang pogi at isa pang magginoon, mabuting
Yes.
program head naman ng mga IT and LIS, Sir Hermie. So hello po,
Exactly.
Sir Hermie.
Yes,
Hi,
please
Sir
take the
Hermie.
lead.
Yeah, good afternoon po. Thank you for
Afternoon.
that, Ma'am Abby and Sir Brian for. So on my part, in maximizing consultation. So first, message your teacher ahead of time. Ayan. So napag-usapan doon earlier, na-discuss ni Ma'am Vanessa regarding doon sa time. So we have our own time with our family. So in our schools, in our projects. So please be mindful on sending message or email to your professors kasi sometimes ako may natatanggap ako 3 a.m. Tama yun, nabanggit ni Ma'am Abby 2 a.m. So sometimes pagising po ako nakakapag-reply ako. But then i-limit natin. So hope we can manage the time. So send an email or message that you want to consult. Ayan. At a certain time on the dedicated consultation day. So ayan po. And then be direct but be respectful. Ayan. Be mindful that there are other students in need of consultation. So yung pag-consult po natin, so pag nag-consult kayo sa faculty or program head, please direct your message kasi because there is a lot of students with same concerns with you guys. So we can limit those so we can cater those other students or inquiries. Ayan po. And then be also active in your online groups. Then share useful information from your teachers to your classmates. So in other words, huwag maging madamot. Ayan. So thank you. And then by Saturday, January 23, so you can check the schedule updates. So it is also your responsibility to check any further adjustments. Ayan po. So i-limit natin or please limit asking our professors, our program head with regards to those information. So ayan. So please take note of that. Then access Google Classrooms and Google Meet links. So ensure that you have the right access codes ayan, in your professors in your subject. So you can email me with regards to your concern and for those access or links. Yan. Then reach out to your classmates. So it will be good if you maintain membership and in online groups. So yan. And then remember academic contact time begins on January 25. Yan po. Then you can contact us, especially our dean. So Dr. Mark Anthony Velasco, so our dean for SOAS. So that his email address. And then Professor Judel Roman, program head for GE. Yan. That his email address. And then Professor Vanessa Mangunay, program head for psychology. That's her email address. So you can email them. Then as well, me, the program head for the IT and LS. So you can email me. Ayan po. So we are willing to accept or answer your inquiries, your questions po. So thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the second semester for the National Teachers College. Thank you. Thank you. Ingat po.
Thank you, Sir Lee. Okay.
Thank you,
So,
Sir
yun.
Hermie.
So, yes.
Sana po marami naman
want to
nasagot,
echo
no?
lang yung sinabi. Yes, actually. Ang dami talagang queries ngayon, no? Pero I just want to say thank you again with our, with the faculty members, with our faculty members and the ACAD Council members who are helping us answer all these queries. Sir James Kayabyab, hello, good afternoon. And Ma'am
Yes, Sir
Michelle
James, thank you for helping us. Yes po, Ma'am Michelle, thank you.
Someone asked here something about mali daw yung pagpili niya. Like she clicked the, accidentally she
Wrong.
clicked the correspondence learning and then is
Pero
there
hindi
any
na
way
daw
that she
po
could
pwede,
actually
yeah.
change it? Oh,
Yun. I think it
you
is
should really
yes.
be
Careful.
Yes, you should really be careful about the program or the system that you would like to enroll and to use for this semester kasi eventually this will actually be helpful. I think both both modified online learning and correspondence learning are useful, di ba? Kasi sa correspondence learning, it gives you an opportunity to work on your own, to learn on your own, di ba? At your own convenience, di ba? And when it comes to modified online learning, diba, there is an opportunity for you to interact with your professors, diba? But
Yes po.
of course, we are also giving chance for the modified learners or the correspondence learners to seek help and consultation with us, diba? Again, we have
Yes.
our working hours, diba? Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 afternoon. So if you have any question about certain things, lessons, just ask us.
Correct.
Di ba?
True. And sa mga may
Ayun.
mga tanong pa po, it is always, isa sa mga common answers ng Academic Council is do not hesitate to send an email to your program heads. I already
Yes.
posted the email of our dean and program
Yes.
heads para copy-paste na po siya
Yes.
sa
Yes.
ating email. Okay, so there is also a message from Sir PJ. Please include that new students should submit and activate their NTC email. So if you're a new SOAS student listening right now, no,
napaka-importante
please
niyan.
coordinate with the IT. And I
Yes.
think meron po siya sa NTC official community group or sa NTC FB page as to
Yes.
how to activate your NTC email. Important din yan, sir, no? Kasi ang correspondence modules, dyan din po siya sinesend.
Yes. And knowing that we have a
So
very
we're trying
limited
our best.
communication with any email accounts that are not registered, you know, in the institution. So medyo nahihirapan tayo kasi mag-reply sa mga yun eh. So please always use your official
Correct.
NTC email for us to communicate well, di ba? For us to be able to address your concerns properly. Ay,
And
na-experience mo ba ito, Ma'am Abby?
especially
Bago tayo, maiba lang.
Sige.
Yes. Maiba lang tayo, di ba? There are times na may mga students na nag-seek na ng query sa atin at nag-send pa sila ng query sa program head. So yung alam mo yon, same query will be sent to us, di ba? We are receiving the same query. So parang, yes, once that you send it to your professor, I doubt if that will not be answered by your professors, di ba?
Yes.
Or
Or
if you have already
ever hindi siya
sent a
answered
certain
for
query.
such a long time.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes, just wait
Tsaka niyo
lang.
siya
Kalma lang
iakyat
tayo,
sa
guys. Chill
program.
lang. Oo, yes.
Correct.
Chill lang
Kalma,
tayo,
chill
chill
lang.
lang. Kasi ang
Remember,
dami
we
talaga.
also have a lot of students to
Oo, lalo na pag
answer.
Monday.
Remember, grabe nung first
Yes,
semester,
yes.
pagbukas ko ng
Yes.
email ko, nagulat ako na parang, ang daming email. So,
Oo, pag
nagtutulog po
Monday,
kami at
no,
the
ang
same time,
dami, grabe.
customer service. So, let's
Yes.
really learn to respect
Yes.
one another's time then. Okay? So,
Yes,
yun,
of course.
maraming
It will be
salamat. And
addressed
again, I would like to
eventually.
I would like to thank all the program heads as well for giving their time and explaining. Marami pong mga tanong, but you please don't hesitate to email them as well. Okay? And now let's proceed,
Yes.
Sir Brian, to our next part, which deals naman with our scholarship. So what are the scholarship programs that we have for our
Wow.
students? Yes, let us call now ating
Imagine, Ma'am
student
Abby, no?
support. Yes po.
Yes.
Correct. Meron tayong maraming opportunity for
imagine.
them.
Exactly. Sobrang affordable na nga at sobrang affordable na nga yung tuition fee natin. Meron pa tayong scholarship. So imagine what we can offer to our
Correct.
students. Mag-aaral ka na lang talaga.
So let us now call on our
For this level to be explained well.
newly designated Student Support Center Head, Mr. Vincent Jerome Agustin. Hello po, Sir Vincent, and please take the floor.
Hi, good afternoon, Ma'am Abby and Sir Brian. Sa ating pong mga estudyante, sa ating pong mga estudyante, isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Sir Vincent ng Scholarships and Financial Aid Office ng National Teachers College. So, I will be discussing with you our scholarship programs and the financial assistance program of our institution. So first, our academic scholarship. So I would like to inform you na meron tayong academic scholarship sa NTC for this second semester. Ito po yung qualification, kung inyo po makikita sa inyong screen. Number 1, dapat po ang estudyante ay may 18 units load ngayong second semester. Second, the student must have a general weighing average of at least A- or 94 to 96 with no grade lower than B or 88 to 90. Tapos with at least 18 units load in the previous semester. With no academic delinquencies such as F, AW or yung authorized withdrawal, UW unauthorized withdrawal, and then INC or incomplete. And also with no disciplinary record for the past 2 semesters. Okay. Our requirements, number 1 is the registration form ng second semester ngayong school year 2020-2021. Semestral report ng first semester of this school year, and then certificate of no disciplinary record from Office of the Student Affairs. Okay. Next, application process. So all you need to do is email your requirements to scholarship@ntc.edu.ph, and then the application period will be on February 1 to February 5, 2021. So muli po ang aming paalala, magsasubmit po kayo ng application online. Isesend nyo po yung picture or yung screenshot ng inyong mga requirements sa scholarship@ntc.edu.ph during the application period on February 1 to February 5, 2021. Okay. Next is our financial assistance program. Okay. Ang NTC po ay nakipag-partner sa Bukas PH since 2019. So what we offer in NTC maliban po sa scholarship ay yung ating student loan program. Ito po yung sample computation for our student loan program dito po sa NTC. Kung ang tuition fee na inyong ilo-loan ay 10,000 pesos, magbabayad lang po kayo ng 1,009 pesos every month sa loob po ng isang taon or 12 months. And then kung may balance po kayo ng first semester or last sem plus yung tuition po ninyo ngayong semester, pwede nyo po yung pagsamahin sa isang loan. How to apply? So madali lang po mag-apply para po sa ating student loan. So una po, bisitahin po natin yung www.bukas.ph/ntc. At after po nun, doon po tayo gagawa ng account, kompletuhin ang application form, at mag-submit ng ID pati po yung ating registration form. After that, makikipag-coordinate po ang kawani ng Bukas PH para po sa validation ng inyong outstanding balance. Once po na ma-approve ang inyong loan application, i-disburse po diretso dito sa NTC yung inyong pong loan. Yung inyong pong student loan, diretso pong papasok sa inyong portal. So muli po ngayon ang ating paalala, since wala po tayong available pa na school ID, on process pa po siya, pwede po yung inyong any government ID po or kahit yung previous ID as long na nandun yung inyong student number. So ayan po siya, register, apply online, lahat po yan. Online po, hindi nyo po kailangan pumunta dito sa NTC. So muli po, bibisitahin nyo po yung www.bukas.ph/ntc. Kung kayo po ay may katanungan about po sa mga scholarships and financial aid program, pwede po kayong tumawag sa aming opisina 8734-5601, local 250, or you can email us at scholarship@ntc.edu.ph. So, kailan po tayo tatawag? Kailan po tayo pwede mag-email? Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 5 ng hapon. So, after that, ito po yung ating bagong opisina, yung Student Support Center. So, the Student Support Center is a frontline office of our institution. It will serve as a liaison unit with various departments and offices of the institution on all requests for assistance and information, as well as complaints and grievances of its stakeholders. Kayo po yon, yung mga estudyante namin. Okay. So paano po kayo makakalapit sa bagong opisina, ito pong Student Support Center? Pwede po kayong tumawag sa ating hotline 8734-5601 o kaya naman po email us at support@ntc.edu.ph. And then when to connect? The NTC Student Support Center is open from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. during working hours lamang po. Huwag po kayong magagalit or magpo-post sa Facebook kapag hindi po kayo nasagot tuwing Sabado. Dahil ang opisina lang po natin ay bukas mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Sir Vincent.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Sir Vincent, for
Wow.
that. Okay, so ang dami nating
diba ang
choices, no?
bongga?
Dami pala nating, correct. Ang dami nating programs
Exactly.
for our
Imagine for as low
our
as
students.
1,000 per month, di ba? Exactly. 1,000 per month, that's actually a big relief. Ako 1,000 per month. Oh my gosh. I mean,
correct.
there's no
Enroll
reason
na
for me
agad
not to
tayo.
go to school. Exactly.
Yes, and
I
yet,
mean,
no,
aside
with
from the academic
quality.
scholarship, di ba? Yes. Meron pa tayong scholarship that is actually being given by the Bukas, by the
SPH.
Bukas, okay? Scholarship, yes, BH, to help our students, di ba? Regular students who are actually working and doing something at the same time while studying. So parang, this scholarship is not for someone who's just academically good, of course. Basta, sa lahat ng scholarship natin, ito lang ang pinaka-context dito. Dapat kompleto ang grades. Sabi nga, may nagtanong dito kanina, di ba? What about those who have IPs? Sabi ni Doc Ed, just clear it, di ba? Ask for your grade, di ba? Kulitin mo, basta kailangan may grade ka at wala kang record sa school,
yes.
of course. Kasi,
Ang IP
oo,
naman,
di ba? Kasi
then,
syempre,
ay hindi naman ibig sabihin ng IP ay incomplete. And paulit-ulit natin itong
Yes,
sinasabi, no?
oo.
Ang IP ay in
Yes.
progress. It means na we're extending
Yes, exactly.
compassion and consideration to your situation. So once you complete it, congrats. Pwede pa rin kayong maging scholar. So nothing to worry
Oo
for those who
naman.
have incurred IP. Kasi naintindihan namin yung situation nyo. And hindi nyo deserve na ma-rob ng scholarship just because of
Oo.
IP grades. So yes, you are still deserving of
Oo
IP.
naman.
So ngayon, let's proceed to our next part. No? Pakinggan naman natin ang ating mga student leaders. We're done hearing from the academic leaders who
Wow.
saw us. Let's now listen to our students. And ito talaga, sir, ito ay isang proof na talagang very inclusive of students ang ating community. Kasi
Yes.
orientation, kasama pa rin sila. So let's now call on our student government. Of course, I would like to give special thanks, no, to Ma'am Babes for coordinating with us and with the
Thank you,
students.
Dr.
And of course,
Cordero.
to Sir Vincent as well kanina for student support. And now let's hear from our
Yeah.
student leaders. I think they're also here. Let's start from the SG 2020 to
SG President.
2021 SG President,
Wow.
which is Sir Lance Acebo. Hello,
Yes.
Sir Lance.
By the way, bagong panalo lang pala siya.
Hello po, ma'am. Hello,
Hi,
sir.
Lance.
Hello po. Good afternoon po.
Hi, Lance. Wow.
Good afternoon
Ayan.
po.
Congratulations, by the way, for winning the president.
Thank you po. Thank you po, sir.
Yes,
Ikaw ang
congrats.
parating
So what do you
president
have
natin.
for us? Yes,
So,
what do you
yes,
have
ma'am.
for the students this
Yes, ma'am.
semester, this year?
Thank you po, ma'am. So, thank you po for the introduction. Anyway, good afternoon po sa mga kapwa ko NTians, especially sa mga member or students ng SOAS. So, kami po sa student government ay bukas po sa lahat ng mga inquiries ng mga students regarding sa academic, accounting, or even sa school matters po, no? So, ang open po ang aming tanggapan mula alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 5 ng hapon. Hanggang Sabado po, pina-open ko until Saturday kasi may mga nagpi-PM po sa amin until Saturday, no? So, I am calling for a unity po sa mga students kasi po may mga students po na naiinis na po sa tagal ng process, no? So, I am asking their patience po na habaan pa po yung pasensya because hindi naman po isa lang po ang students ng NTC, no? So I'm asking for their patience po na maunawaan po na hindi lang po iisa ang kailangang asikasuhin. So marami po tayong mga students na inaasikaso. So also, I would like to apologize na rin po if may mga inquiries na hindi po nasasagot ang NTCSG sa mga tanong po, no? So kasi po marami rin po mga dumarating na mga questions sa amin and also mga inquiries regarding sa mga matters pang-paaralan. So yun po, tulungan nyo po ang NTCSG and also lagi po kayong i-check or lagi nyo pong i-check ang NTCSG page kasi po hanggat maaari po nag-update po kami and nagbibigay ng informations galing sa administration. And also, yung mga inquiries po at mga concern ng students ay lagi po namin nate-take down notes kung ano po yung mga concern ng students and agad-agad naman po ay ina-actionan through survey or through letter addressed to the specific office or head ng office po na nasabi sa concern, no. So yun po, again, expect po sa mga surveys po na gagawin ng NTCSG para po makuha yung pulso ng mga estudyante and para po makuha yung mga concerns na dapat pong mabilisang ma-address specifically kung mga about sa payments or about po sa academic natin, no. So handa naman pong tumulong ang NTCSG hanggat maaari para sa lahat ng students. Please bear with us lang po kung medyo matagal po ang response namin, lalo na po ngayon kaunti lang po ang manpower ng NTCSG. So hanggat maaari po sinasabi po sa mga officers ko na sagutin yung mga inquiries kahit na mag-PM ng personal or dun sa mismong page po. So yun po, maraming salamat po. Muli, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. So before I end po, so I would like to introduce to you yung mga leaders po ng under sa School of ng SOAS. So umpisan ko po sa presidente po ng Psychology Society. Tinatawagan ko po si Mr. John Philip Gubaton upang magbigay ng short message or yung gusto niyang isabihin sa mga kapwa niya po psychology. Muli, maraming salamat po.
Hello po. Thank you, President Lance. Thank you for introducing me. So ako po si John Philip Gubaton, ang current president ng Psychology Society. And the Psychology Society has a lot of activities lined up for the psychology students that we think would greatly help them understand different psychological topics and also equip them with the knowledge needed for their future careers. We also aim to increase engagements among the psych students in spite of the difficulties and challenges of the new normal that we are facing as of today. So I will be sharing a few activity that we have in line. This coming February 12, sa ganap na alas 3 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi ay gaganapin ang isang webinar na may pamagat na malalimang pagsipat sa epekto ng kaisipang kolonyal sa psikolohiyang Pilipino. Ito ay isang online na talakayan na bibigyang focus ang impluwensya ng daang-daang taong kolonyalismo sa larangan ng dalubisipan ng mga Pilipino. So yun, we will be sending updates such as PubMats dito sa incoming seminar na ito. And we are expecting for you guys to be present on that day. We'll be sharing
Sir JP, I'm sorry, can you please switch on your camera? Sir JP, if you can hear me, please switch on your camera.
Naka-safe drive po ako.
Okay. Sige. Please continue, JP. Thank you. Sorry, JP. What's that again? Sorry. Hi, JP.
Hello po. Okay na po ba?
Yes, ayun. Good.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I do apologize po kung medyo magkaroon ng technical difficulties. Hindi ko po ma-turn on yung camera ko. Pero ayun nga po. For future updates, please for the psychology students na mag-like and be part of our official psychology group. It is the National Teacher Psychological Society. You can search it on your Facebook. All the future announcements and important matters na gusto namin i-discuss sa inyo will be posted there. And then we would assure you guys as the psychology students, for psychology students rather, na we will always be open. Kaming mga officer ninyo to help you out regardless kung anong matter or issue yan, whether it be academic or something personal na gusto nyo pag-usapan. Yep, I think that will be all for me. And again, thank you for inviting me here to talk. Ayun lang po. Salamat.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you
JP.
for that, Sir JP. And let's now proceed to the last representative from Library Science and IT organization.
Yes, ma'am, introduce ko rin po. So, I would like to introduce to you the Vice President of LibCom, Mr. Francis John Paul Gloria. Thank you po.
Hi, good afternoon, students of School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology. I'm the Vice President of LibCom Club with the supervision of the Information Technology professors of the BSIT. In behalf of the President of the club, Ms. Shaina May Sabide, have a message for everyone. The LibCom Club plans to create a Facebook page for the BSIT students too. In this action, you can share your concerns and confusion with the officer of the club, and we will raise all your concerns to the respected authorities in NTC. We plan also to create a group chat using Hangouts that the officers of the club will also supervise it for the better communication and fast action. And also, we have a Computer Society, NTC Computer Society group. I will ask everyone from the BSIT students to join our group. It will be the link will be sent in your email or it will be introduced to you by our professors. We've been through a lot last year. This year, with the help of each other, we can nourish the knowledge and future for everyone. To all the students of the School of Arts and Sciences and Technology, I welcome you all in our second semester. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Francis.
Great. Thank you for that,
Lance.
Francis
And
John.
Thank you, JP.
Thank you po.
Wow.
Yes,
Thank
so
you
let's
po.
now hear, may closing ka pa ba, Sir Lance Acebo, for the students?
So far, wala na po, ma'am. Nasabi na po kanina po. Thank you po.
Okay, so thank you
Okay.
again sa ating 3 student leaders,
Thank
no, Sir
you.
Par?
Wow. Yes. Actually, that's one good thing about the institution. Again, we are always hearing the side of the students through, of course, through proper channel, di ba? Sa SG natin and of course, sa different clubs na meron tayo, di ba? So, kapag may concern kayo, of course, again, you could actually communicate with us, the OSA, the SG, or your own club, to relay to us
Yes.
the message, of course, the concern, di ba? Kasi parang napapansin ko, although it doesn't happen to us normally, di ba? Parang napapansin ko kasi yung mga students kasi parang they keep on posting something on social media, di ba? Which hindi naman talaga siya properly being addressed. Tama ba ko? So make sure na kapag nag-vent out ka ng ideas mo, ng concerns mo, di ba? Or perhaps issues mo, put it in a proper channel because the institution is actually very particular on this kind of program, diba?
When we said na we open lines of communication, of course, you have to do it properly, no? And this is also training you students to be future professionals kasi this is what you will be encountering
Yes.
upon graduation or even before.
Yes.
Now, we would learn how to
Yes.
communicate professionally and in a respectable manner with one another. So hindi na po nagkulang ang NTC to give you a family of sorts, so with your club, with your support center, student government, OSA, Office of Student Affairs, with us, the ACAD
Yes.
team, and other departments of NTC. We're all here to help you
Yes.
in your learning journey. So I think we're now down to the last few, no? And of course, this is definitely one of the last, but definitely one of the highlights of our orientation is to hear a
Of course.
closing message from our very own, from our very hands-on, the brainchild of all of these in NTC, the innovation and the progress that we have, our very dearest
Exactly.
Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Edison A. Fermin, who is also in
Dr.
the call. So
Edison
hello
A.
po, Doc
Fermin.
Ed.
Good afternoon, and
Hello,
thank you
Dr.
so
Min.
much. Hello, good afternoon, Sir Brian and Miss Abby, who have always facilitated very
Hello po.
animated programs for the School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology. The two of you represent the kind of vibrance and youthfulness that the School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology have. I'd like to congratulate Dean Mark Velasco, our program heads, Professor Judel Roman, Professor Hermie Lagunsad, and Professor Vanessa Mangunay for taking the lead in managing today's student orientation. I'd also like to express my deepest appreciation to President Lance Acebo and the two presidents of the organizations directly connected to two degree programs in the School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology. For the first time, the General Student Orientation has also integrated the real voice of student leaders who are actually helping us out navigate the landscape of transition in the semester. Malakas ang aking paninindigan na ang liderato ni Pangulong Lance Acebo ay maguhudyat ng isang mas pinalawak at mas pinaigting na ugnayan sa pagitan ng mga nangangasiwa ng ating mga akademikong programa at ang mga tunay na pangangailangan ng mga mag-aaral. Kapwa tayo dumaraan sa isang pagkakataon na ang lahat ay nasusubok kung gaano tayo kapasensyoso at kung gaano tayo kagaling sa pagtingin sa bawat sandali ng suliranin o paghamon na ating hinaharap sa kabila ng lahat na nangyayari sa ating paligid. And I think that's the same charm and power that the School of Arts, Sciences, and Technology has consistently demonstrated through these years. That's why for my closing message, I'd like all of you to actually bring home an important item. And that is for you to bring home fire. They believe, many sages have told us that those who would like to light a life o maghatid ng liwanag sa buhay ng ibang tao, they must endure the fire. Enduring the fire means a lot to the National Teachers College. In fact, each of these letters stand for three things. Through the past semester and even the summer term of 2020, we have seen the frailty of everyone, including our institution, how unprepared we were to looking at this situation. And because of that, we ended up with too many frustrations. Ang bagal sumagot sa email, hindi ma-verify ang enrollment, bakit ang daming academic load, and so on and so forth. These are all manifestations of the frailty that we all share. But you see, the frustrations themselves give us an appreciation that we are all alive and that we are trying our best to make sure that we will cope well, not individually, but together. But we must also admit that the truth of the matter is that along the way, there had been failures. The failure to implement a policy properly, the failure to address a student concern efficiently, the failure to connect with a colleague or a supervisor meaningfully, or the lost relationships that have taken place because of the pandemic. All of these are realities that we need to deal with. They have subjected us to the heat of change. And not only the heat, but eventually the fire of change. But the second letter reminds us what we should do responsibly. And the first one is for you to maximize the power of inquiry. Ask the right questions to the right persons at the right time and with the right manner. You see, sometimes you get frustrated because you're asking the wrong question to the wrong people at the right time and with the wrong attitude. That's one thing that you all have to understand. When you want to be clarified with something, seek the right responses by first understanding, is this question a question for my teacher or an administrator? It's not a question that the entire world should know. And this is a call out I am making to the people who vent out to social media and other platforms their inquiries that translate to irritations. The best way to deal with the things that we don't know is to seek the right answers with the right person at the right time and with the right attitude. I'd like you to remember that because the world of work also operates that way. And the moment you are able to find an answer, investigate further. And by investigating, I mean, is that answer adequate? And if it's adequate enough, what are you going to do with the information? Should you keep the information with yourself or should you share it with the others who are also facing some frustration or the lack of clarity? Investigation will also mean, so from getting your answer, what's the next step so that you could behave better in the learning ecosystem? And take note, the people who make use of the powerful information they get to actually think of better ways that they can recommend to the school to do things will lead us to innovation. We listened a lot to the student government by the end of the first semester, and that led to our innovative academic easing policies because there were situations that we need to be mindful of. But you see, it's not always a game of easing because we need to prepare ourselves for greater challenges. And what we realize is that if we refine a few things about our policies in the last semester, we can create more innovations in the way we deal with one another. And hopefully, via inquiry, investigation, and innovation, we can yield the new three R's. In the 20th century, we only believe in reading, writing, and arithmetic. But at the National Teachers College, 21st century learning should mean we are able to hone your reasoning, use the right amount of thinking tools so that you could face the realities of life better and in a more resilient way. But resilience should not end there. You need to share the same amount of resilience with others so that collectively you can be responsible for making things right. Again, use your reasoning because you want to cope with your struggles. That's the mark of a resilient person. But the moment you combine reasoning and resilience to better not only your state, I mean your individual state, but the state of the entire program, the entire school, your entire class or subject, you are becoming more responsible as a person and as a citizen. And hopefully, these three, when combined, gives us the opportunity to lead us to the path of three E's. And what are these? The first is engagement. The more you reason out properly, the more you become resilient and the more you become responsible, the more you engage properly, not only at NTC, but the people around you, your family, your friends. And remember, people who engage well with others and even other institutions have a deep sense of empowerment and commitment to make sure that I will have the chance to ask my teacher, even at the beginning of class, ma'am, sir, are you feeling okay? Because that is an expression that you are wanting to give power to the person to feel okay, even actually the situation is not. The way we look after each other is a manifestation that we have the power to change each other's disposition. And when you change dispositions and attitude, you technically free each other from fear, frailty, frustration, and failure. And this is why I want you to bring home fire. Because mga mag-aaral, kapwa ko guro at mga kawani, ikaw, ako, tayo ang alab ng tanglaw. The more we think about it, the more we understand that huwag kayong matakot na magtanong, manghingi ng impormasyon, o kaya manghingi ng konsiderasyon dahil sa dulo ng ating paglalakbay, you will need to understand, hindi nyo kailangang matakot, nandito kami para sa inyo, which is exactly what our closing reflection video will tell us. Congratulations to SOAS, and I wish everyone a very happy second semester. Konting push na lang, magiging maayos na ang lahat. Let us now look at this closing video that will help cap off what we have done at this orientation. Again, my heartfelt thanks.
Huwag kang matakot, di mo ba alam, nandito lang ako sa iyong tabi. Di kita pababayaan kailanman. At kung ikaw ay mahulog sa bangin, ay sasaluhin kita. Huwag kang matakot na matulog mag-isa, kasama mo naman ako. Huwag kang matakot na umibig at lumuha, kasama mo naman ako. Huwag kang matakot. Huwag kang matakot, dahil ang buhay mo'y walang katapusan. Makapangyarihan ang pag-ibig na hawak mo sa iyong kamay. Ikaw ang Diyos at Hari ng iyong mundo. Matakot sila sa'yo. Huwag kang matakot na matulog mag-isa, kasama mo naman ako. Huwag kang matakot sa hindi mo pa makita, kasama mo naman ako. Huwag kang matakot, di mo ba alam, nandito lang ako sa iyong tabi. Di kita pababayaan kailanman.
Okay.
All right. So I love that song, Sir Brian, no? Ang ganda ng song that always tells us na wag
Me too.
matakot or do not be afraid, no? Or
Actually,
yun, be courageous, actually. That's what it also means.
exactly.
So again, I would like to thank Doc Ed for that message together with that video and how I love the message, no, Sir Par,
Yes,
and it
exactly. It
hits us
really
in many
strikes me.
aspects. Correct. It hits us in
Among the
many
letters, by
aspects.
the
And
way, ma'am.
sana,
Yes. Among the letters,
sana
ma'am
yung
Abby,
students,
which
no,
one
na
do you
ano
think?
din.
Oo.
Mm,
Actually, it's for everyone eh, 'di ba? It's for
it is.
everyone. Na parang oo, may concern si student, 'di ba? I mean, instead of posting it anywhere, 'di ba? Direct it to the teacher, but ask your teacher first. Kasi your teacher is also asking you about your emotions. 'Di ba?
Correct. And
Lahat
nagustuhan
tayo may
ko yung sabi ni
frailty.
Sir na magtanong din yung students na kung kamusta tayong teachers, yung mga heads yun. I
Exactly.
prefer that
Exactly.
kind of a working relationship, no, with that kind of bonding with our
Exactly.
students, no. So to answer your question, I really like the last part na sinabi yung more on the engagement. I think that's something we need to work on more. And of course, to empower and to emancipate
Mhm.
everyone. I think without sustaining the
Very
engagement, we really cannot empower and emancipate. Kasi syempre, the connection is lost. So only if we sustain our connection from the beginning to the end of the semester can we truly empower one another. How about you? Anong letter
Yes.
before we end?
Well, I really like the concept of F because it shows the other side of our situation, and I also like the letter R's. Bakit baka nabublol, 'di ba? Kasi sabi nga ni Dr. Cordero, 'di ba? Huwag kang matakot, hindi ka pababayaan, 'di ba? So nandito yung dapat may listening tayo sa lahat ng bagay, 'di ba? Pag-isipan muna natin, 'di ba? Relax. Okay, relax, 'di ba?
Correct.
Masosolusyonan natin yan eventually. Be strong, be resilient, 'di ba? Pero let us not state the concept of resiliency, 'di ba? So sabi nga natin, 'di ba, ang resiliency is a toxic positivity, 'di ba? And be
Because I
responsible,
think
'di ba?
we need
Always
to
be
we need to
responsible.
balance resilience with proper reasoning and responsibility. I think that's what we need
Exactly.
to do.
Exactly. I like the 3
So
R's,
again,
'di ba? It's really
correct.
striking.
The new 3 R's of the century of the decade, no? So maraming salamat
Yes. Yes.
everyone sa lahat po ng
Maraming salamat po,
subaybay to
Doc
all of
Ed.
our students, to our faculty.
Students,
Again, thank you po,
heads.
Doc Ed, to all the academic leaders, and of course, thank you, Sir Par, for taking this time, no? And I really enjoy this time.
Thank you,
It
Abby.
prepares me well for the
Yes.
semester. So I think this is the end of the program. Maraming salamat po. You can always replay this if you have any questions. And please, again, don't hesitate. Huwag matakot na lumapit sa amin in the right channel, in the right
Exactly.
time, in the right way. Okay,
Yes.
so this is Ma'am Abby
Yes.
signing off.
Magkamustahan tayo
Maraming
minsan.
salamat. Oo, of course. See you
Yes.
soon.
And this is Mr. Brian
Thank you,
Park.
SG.
Yes. Thank you
And this is Ma'am
everyone
Abby,
for
and we're
staying with
signing
us.
off.
Yes. We're signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye, salamat.
Thank you po.
Come